what is happening is the Nifty is creating a bearish pattern. So as we talked in the last session, for those who already had watched the previous discussion, we were discussing that the Nifty is creating lower highs, right? So maybe this is the lower high, which is an indication that the market is downtrending, right? So if you project this line, so you can expect that the market trend is heading towards the downside. So in technically, you just have to look at the 1 day time frame. So you need to look at a longer time frame to get an idea about what is the projection. And if you look at the bottom here, the bottoms created is also lower. But if you can see this bottom which is created previously, it's almost equal here, right? So this is nothing but a double bottom formation. So let's say if this fall sustains this particular level, let's say if we saw a sudden reversal in the market, then what could happen is we are seeing a strong support at this particular level, and the trend, this particular line, this is called as a trend line of the market. If it breaks here, then we could see further upside in the market, right? You can just mark this level. I'm just giving you an idea about how to read the technical chart, right? We're just looking at 1 day time frame. We just plotted the higher tops, the bottoms, and we just drawn the support and the trend lines. So usually in technical chart, we look at three parameters. One is the top and the bottom, and third is about the trend line, right? So trend line, how do you draw this? One of the way is that you need to plot at the previous highs or previous support levels. And second is if the trend line is projecting downwards, you just have to project it downside. So let's say if this level the market sustains, right, there can be two scenarios, right? On the longer time frame, now I'm not talking about short term there could be gap up or gap downs, but on the longer time frame, if the market sustains this particular level, and we saw a sharp green color candle here, so this is indication that Nifty could move towards 17,000. And let's say if this 17,000, if it sustains above 17,100 in the July month, we could see further rally in the upside. Nifty can be easily moved in the upside direction. This could be one of the scenario where we are seeing on technical side. Or let's say if this support is broken with a sharp red color candle on a daily time frame, then we could see some further correction in the market, right? This is how you need to look at technical chart. This is just analyzing the longer time frame. I started this session with a technical analysis on a daily time frame. We are expecting the market in two scenarios. So when we look at 1 day time frame, what is the time we are predicting? We are assuming that the market could go higher or lower if these levels are broken. The condition here is these levels need to be broken, and second condition here is it should be broken with a sharp red or sharp green color candle. This is what is very essential. So let's say if the market is near support level, or if it is near the crucial reversal level, you will see some sharp red or green color candle. That is an indication that some big institutions have taken some bearish bet or bullish bet. So that price action is very essential for you to understand. So if you look at this particular chart, you feel it's confusing for those who are starting out new. But if you are good at price action, we teach about that in price action. We have given an ebook on that. If you go deep about the candle formation, you can see there are different kinds of formation. One is about the bearish engulfing, we have the doji, we have pin bar, right? But let's say if you're completely new, you don't want to get into this stuff, I'll be giving you some concept. You just go to this display settings and go for Heknashi settings. So this chart, like a lot of you already know that you go to this settings display and just change the chart to Heknashi. So this is again a clear way to identify the trends of the market on a longer time frame. So now what are you looking here is you can see there is two levels of support which is being created. So we can assume this is the level of support which Nifty has created, and you can project it to backwards. This is a level where you can see, if you see in the month of 2021, the market at this particular level took a support here, right? You saw here, you can see the candlesticks here. There was a kind of pin bar formation. If the market was falling, there was a sharp recovery in the market. So you can see in this particular levels, there are some institutions have taken a long bet. This is the historical data, because technically it's all about analyzing the historical data and assuming the future prediction. So when the Nifty sustained this particular level, you saw that the market rallied. If you calculate the percentage, it's almost more than 16% rally in a couple of months. So this is one of the key thing you need to see here historically, that this particular level is having a lot of significance. That is also a crucial level for Nifty. If this level is broken, then we could see some sharp sell off in the market. So this is what is the sentiment of people, right? Second is you need to look at the previous swings high or swing low. So if you look at this previous swing high or swing low, you are seeing that the market has fallen in the last couple of days. But if you plot these levels, you just have to take a trend line, just plot these levels. You are seeing triangular formation here. This is nothing but a triangular formation in the Nifty, right? So once you look at this particular levels, what is happening is you're seeing there is a support here and this is a resistance level for the market. So if the market sustains, how do you assume that this level will sustain? In this particular candlesticks, you can easily assume, let's say whenever you see some kind of green candle, let's say if market falls and there is a sharp green candle here in the Higginson chart, so you can go long in the market, right? You can go long in the next day because this is a strong support for the market and market could go higher. So this is about technicals. I hope you're able to get through these things. I'm just giving you simple examples on technical. This applies even for 1 minute, 5 minutes, but the higher you go, the higher accuracy you'll be having, right? So if you go for 1 hour, again, you can see with the same levels, you can plot the levels of market on a short-term basis, on a weekly basis. For a weekly strategies, we use for 1 hour. So 1 hour is for 1 week or 2 weeks time frame. So maybe in the short term, we can assume that this level will play a crucial role. So if you can see in the last couple of days, when there was a sell-off, right, there was a huge buying pressure in the market. Means they are assuming if market falls, they will not easily allow this level to break because in the long term, it is a strong support. If this level is broken, a lot of people will panic and the selling will continue. So what may happen is the higher possibility is that what we're seeing here is there is some sharp recovery here in the last week. So we can assume if there is a fall here, maybe in the short term, it could consolidate here for some time because there are some institutions, they will try to hold this particular level. So I hope you're able to get these things. And for those who are part of our community, if you go to this particular website, as we sent you the email, so in this dashboard, it's an learning management platform. You can access through mobile or you can access through desktop version. So once you log in, you'll be having your courses, right? You just have to click to my courses and you will be getting your own dashboard, right? Each and everyone will be having your own dashboard. So in this, you'll be having memberships. Let's say I go for silver memberships. In this, you'll be having different courses. We have created this module specifically designed for weekly strategies. Silver membership is specifically for weekly strategies. So what is the content which is available and why it is useful for you for those who are getting started? So we have created the first module, which is called as options trading framework. So in this framework, what you learn is about getting started in this community, right? We just walk through about what actually is the training content it designed. It's not about strategy. It's not about one particular thing. It's about the cumulative of multiple data points. That is what we're discussing in the community. Second is we will discuss about psychology. The reason why we need to understand because behind psychology, because psychology is very important for someone who wants to get started in trading because you need to have a strong mindset, right? So then in the day two, you learn about getting started with options. Basically, you learn about what is options, what is call. These are terminologies which is very essential. And for those who are starting out, once you complete this lesson, because it's a short videos, it's 5 to 10 minutes, you will be learning this systematically. And then you go in detail about the sentiment analyzer. This is very important for those who are getting started. Why it is essential? Because we have given you some framework of getting started. Because once you start, there are so many things. You will be confused about where to get started. So if you go through these modules, you'll be learning about that. And then in day 3, you learn about placing the trades, which platform to use, how to use, and also we'll also show on some trades about how to place hedging strategies and all, right? This is about the basic framework. This is about getting started. And then we will talk about weekly strategies for today. We'll talk about the recent trade, what we've taken for the Nifty and Bank Nifty. And I'll be telling you about how the strategies have been designed. And also I'll be talking about how to analyze these setups, why we look at technical, what parameters we look, and why we need to look at these particular levels. So as I talked about Nifty, so I was looking at these factors about support and resistance. This could be the possibility based on technical setup, but we need to look at multiple data points. We need to look at open interest. We need to look at futures data also. So in this, as we talked about this community, about 5 different skill sets. So like we follow simple math about managing your risk and reward. Whatever trade you do, we try to place the high probability trades where your risk is less and the reward is higher. And in this, as we talked about, we're not talking about the basic theory. We are talking about the analysis on volume and open interest, and we try to look at the people's behavior or looking at multiple factors like open interest, volume, and all. So if you're someone who are watching this and want to learn this in a systematic way, or let's say if you want to become a part of our community, because like every week we get a lot of people who visit our website. So you attend, like for those who are serious, they attend the webinar and they learn these concepts. And like for those who are joining the community, yes, they are getting benefited because they are getting to learn so many things which is being there, which I showcased you. You learn about this kind of concepts, and you get these strategies every week, whatever we're sharing. And we have been doing this from years together because we want to just build this for a long term. And also for those who join, you'll be getting a mobile app which we have recently launched, which is available in Play Store and Apple Store. You can access this through your mobile. You can connect with our community. So this is what is the content which is available, and I'll be just quickly going through what is the pricing for those who are interested. So this is the pricing what we're giving, and we keep it pricing same for silver membership, right? It is 3997, which is including all the bunch of offer. And recently we launched a course in Hindi also. One of the reason why we launched in Hindi, because like for some people who are getting started, who are very new to the options trading, so we have created some basic concepts about technical patterns, psychology, and building strategy. And also we have shown the buying setups in intraday. And it's really a very good course. If you want to navigate, you'll be learning some concepts which are simple strategies, but these are effective strategies, which were shown with Bank Nifty intraday, right? So these are all there in this package, and you'll be learning this. And in the meanwhile, for those who are part of our community, if you got any queries, feel free to ask. In the meanwhile, we have some questions here. I'll be answering that. You can discuss. You can post your query. We will be discussing about that in the meanwhile. So that's it for today's session. I hope you found this session informative and useful. So thank you. And also for those who want to join, I've shared the link in the description. We have a silver and gold membership, and you can check it out. And thank you once again for your time. And we'll be meeting you soon in the coming sessions. Thank you very much. Thank you, Abdulaziz sir, Mahesh sir, and for all those who are watching it. Good night, and we'll meet you soon in the coming days.